Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled you're here because today we're diving deep into a topic that has completely reshaped the way I see our digital lives, so-called cybersecurity, especially for those of us who might not be digital natives. I spent almost 3 hours talking on the phone to my nephew, who works for cybersecurity company, to bring you the most insightful perspective on how to protect ourselves online. You might think cyber threats are problems for big corporations or tech-savvy youngsters, but believe me, they're much closer to your home than you ever imagined. Today's world is where every click or email could be a gateway for cyber predators. That's the reality we're facing. I'm here to break down these challenges in a way that's not only easy to understand, but also very practical. Today, I'm challenging your assumptions and urging you to rethink what you know about online safety. So stick with me as we uncover the hidden dangers and explore real strategies to fortify your digital fortress. As we get started, let me share a personal moment of realization. I remember sitting in a local coffee shop, noticing an elderly gentleman hesitating over his smartphone, clearly anxious about a suspicious email notification. That image stayed with me, sparking a determination to truly understand the world of cyber threats. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you can help me continue to spread that important lesson on our security. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos I publish regularly. Now, let's get started. I've read countless web pages on digital security solutions, all of which underscored one truth: our online safety is not guaranteed by chance. Cyber threats such as phishing scams, password breaches, and malware attacks are evolving every day, and understanding them is the first and crucial step in defending our personal information. It's like preparing for a storm. You can't wait for it to hit. You need to build your shelter before the first drop falls. Let me take you on a little journey that truly opened my eyes to the real impact of cybercrime. Betty, a brilliant soul and close friend of mine, a retired teacher, fell victim to a well-crafted phishing scam that nearly emptied her savings. I remember how she described it as seemingly harmless email from what looked like her trusted bank, asking her to update her account information. She felt completely overwhelmed and betrayed after that. I sat with her as she recounted how a few misplaced clicks had spiraled into a nightmare of a large financial loss, anxiety, and regret. And this isn't an isolated incident. It's a modern-day cautionary tale that illustrates just how vulnerable any one of us can be if we don't take proactive steps to safeguard our information. Through her experience, I learned that cybersecurity isn't just about protecting data. It's about protecting people, their stories, and their livelihoods. This lesson drives home the fact that even those who seem far removed from high-tech environments can become targets. And that's why it's critical we all become more informed and vigilant. Our first line of defense in our digital lives is something we often take for granted: our passwords. These are our best weapon against cyber attacks. Think of your password as the sturdy lock on your front door. I spent several hours researching the best practices for password security, and one thing became crystal clear: using predictable patterns like password 1 to 3 is like leaving your front door wide open. I once encountered a case where a friend's email account was compromised simply because he used his name with a common number sequence. Instead, imagine crafting a password that is as unique and robust as a custom-made key. Crafting a strong password is like forging a unique key to a secure fortress, and it's an essential step in protecting your digital life. I've learned that the best passwords blend length, complexity, and unpredictability, a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols that makes them nearly uncrackable. For example, the name of your neighbor or a granddaughter, combined with the date of your birth, but written backwards. Ensure that your password is at least 12 characters long. But as our memory isn't what it used to be, juggling dozens of unique passwords can feel overwhelming. That's where modern browsers come to our rescue, safely storing your passwords so you don't have to commit them all to memory. Instead of scrambling to recall a different code for every online service, focus on remembering just one master password for your Google account. This single, strong key unlocks the vault of securely saved credentials, streamlining your experience while bolstering your security. Embrace this smart approach. Simplify your digital life and keep your personal information protected without the mental gymnastics of remembering countless passwords. I encourage you to experiment with different techniques, like mixing in unexpected phrases or numbers that hold personal meaning, yet are hard to guess. It might take a bit more effort upfront, but the protection it offers is well worth it. Remember, a strong password isn't just about complexity, it's about crafting a secret that only you can decipher, ensuring that you stay one step ahead of digital predators. Moving on from passwords, let's talk about another critical area of digital defense: malware attacks. Just as a healthy immune system protects us from illnesses, robust software and vigilant habits can shield our devices from malicious invaders. Once I dove deep into discussions with IT professionals about how malware can infiltrate a device, often through deceptive downloads or outdated software. I was astounded to learn that every day, countless pieces of malware are designed to sneak past our defenses, much like an uninvited guest slipping through an open window. By ensuring that our antivirus programs are up to date, and by downloading software only from trusted sources, we can significantly reduce our risk. It's like installing a state-of-the-art security system in your home, one that not only detects intruders, but also neutralizes them before they cause harm. I urge you to see these measures not as burdensome tasks, but as essential practices that safeguard not just your device, but your entire digital identity. Now, let's shift gears and explore a couple of other stealthy threats: man-in-the-middle attacks and phishing scams. Imagine sitting at your favorite cafe, sipping a latte, and unwittingly connecting to an insecure Wi-Fi network. This is the perfect setup for a digital eavesdropper to intercept your private communications. I learned about these risks from experts who liken these attacks to having an invisible third party reading your personal diary. Similarly, phishing scams often masquerade as legitimate messages, tricking even the cautious into sharing sensitive information. I once encountered a colleague who nearly fell for a cleverly disguised message from what appeared to be a reputable company. These experiences taught me that vigilance is key. Always look for secure connections indicated by a lock icon in your browser, and double-check the sender's email address before clicking any links. Taking these extra steps is like double-locking your doors at night. It might seem like extra work, but it makes all the difference in keeping your private life safe from prying eyes. Throughout my journey into the world of cybersecurity, I've come across some profoundly insightful quotes that continue to inspire me. Bruce Schneier, a revered figure in digital security, once said, "Security is not a product, but a process." This resonates deeply because it reminds us that protecting our digital lives isn't a one-time fix, but rather a continuous commitment. Equally powerful is the wisdom of Benjamin Franklin, who famously stated, "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure." These quotes aren't just catchy phrases, they're guiding principles that have shaped my approach to online safety. By integrating these ideas into our daily habits, we start to see cybersecurity as an ongoing dialogue with ourselves, rather than a set of rigid rules. Every update, every new and strong password, every cautious click is a step in this journey. These insights have driven me to educate others, showing that with thoughtful planning and persistent effort, we can build a resilient defense against even the most sophisticated cyber threats. As I continued my research, I realized that modern tools and best practices are our best friends in this digital age. One of the simplest yet most effective steps you can take is to ensure you're using a modern web browser equipped with the latest security protocols. I may recommend you Chrome from Google and Edge from Microsoft. It's like upgrading from an old wooden door to a steel-reinforced vault. Additionally, using virtual private network VPN can encrypt your internet connection, adding an extra layer of protection, especially when you're on public Wi-Fi networks. I've seen firsthand how these measures can thwart potential breaches before they happen. Moreover, always being cautious about downloading files or clicking on links from unfamiliar sources can save you from a world of trouble. Think of these habits as regular checkups for your digital health, much like you would for your car or even your body. These proactive steps are not about living in fear, but about empowering yourself with the right tools to navigate an increasingly complex online environment. I vividly remember a turning point in my own digital journey, a moment when I almost became a victim of a sophisticated phishing scam. I received a seemingly legitimate email that urgently requested verification of my account details. In that heart-stopping moment, I paused and recalled all the advice I had gathered from experts and from personal experiences. I scrutinized the email, noticed subtle errors in the sender's address, and realized that the urgency was a red flag. That experience reinforced for me the importance of staying alert and informed. It was a wake-up call that taught me the value of questioning every digital request. I share this story not to scare you, but to empower you with the knowledge that you, too, can dodge these digital pitfalls by being cautious and informed. Each one of us has the power to protect our information. It's about building the habit of pausing, questioning, and verifying before acting on any online request. Beyond the technical aspects, cybersecurity has a profound human element, particularly for older adults who may feel overwhelmed by modern technology. I've witnessed how a single cyber incident can lead to a ripple effect of emotional and financial stress. Cybersecurity isn't just about numbers or data breaches, it's about safeguarding our dignity and independence. I recall a conversation with an experienced retiree who shared that feeling of vulnerability when confronted with a scam. It was then that I realized protecting ourselves online is as much about preserving our peace of mind as it is about securing our assets. The digital world can be a jungle, but with the right knowledge and tools, it transforms into a navigable terrain. Every security measure you adopt is like a well-placed fence in your backyard, keeping out unwanted intruders while letting you enjoy the freedom of the open space. It's about fighting fire with fire, using smart, proactive measures to outsmart those who seek to exploit us. As we near the end of our journey today, I want to recap the essence of what we've explored. Cybersecurity isn't a set of gifts handed down by technology. It's built through deliberate, persistent effort. From creating unbreakable passwords to safeguarding against malware, and from dodging man-in-the-middle attacks to spotting phishing scams, every measure is a brick in the foundation of a secure digital life. Just like Rome wasn't built in a day, a resilient online defense is crafted through continuous learning and adaptation. The insights shared today are not just theories, they're battle-tested strategies that I've seen work time and again. They remind me of another famous saying: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And this is where building a community comes into play. By sharing knowledge and supporting each other, we not only strengthen our own defenses, but also contribute to a network of empowered individuals. Together, we can turn the tide against cyber threats. In closing, I want to emphasize that our digital safety is a journey built on deliberate steps and ongoing vigilance. Every technique and strategy we discussed today, whether it's upgrading our passwords, using a safe browser, or simply staying alert to suspicious emails was carefully honed through research and personal experience. I encourage you to take these lessons to heart and share them with others. Please check out my other videos for more insights into how we can collectively build a close-knit, supportive community. In our modern world, a strong digital defense not only protects your information, but also combats loneliness and enriches life, particularly in later years. Let's work together to foster a space where we can exchange ideas, support one another, and thrive despite the challenges. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. And if you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make my next video better. The future is ours to shape, and with every small step, we empower ourselves to live safer, fuller lives. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next video.